Okay. On this medication, it says that I have to take it only with food. And so I have to eat something to take this, or bad things happen. And there's a whole list of bad things that, well, anyway, nobody cares. There's a whole list of bad things that'll happen with, well, to take this medication. I'm gonna do a pizza. So if we end up cutting out that whole monologue before this, we just start here, some pizza. All right, now, a good reason to cook is when you have really good oven mitts, which I don't want to talk like I'm somebody, but I have some pretty cool oven mitts. Okay, so we're gonna have to do a sauce. We're gonna have to do some shrooms. We're gonna need some butter, some garlic. You just, whatever's in your refrigerator, just go ahead and grab it out of there. All right, so we get garlic, butter, stuffed tomatoes, all kinds of cheeses, shredded cheeses, extra fine shredded cheeses, mozzarella cheeses, some Friskies. If your cat's gonna share the pizza, you don't want to be you don't want to be stingy with that. Okay, barbecue sauce for the what do you call it? Tomato sauce, and garlic. Did I say garlic? Let's get some more garlic. We'll be fine. This is about it. Just because we need to. If you take medication and you need to have something in your stomach to take your drugs, then you're gonna wanna take care of your body. All right. So here we have a pile of food on our counter, and it's getting hot in here. Oh, I declare. Let's get the show on the road. Now, first thing. Oh, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna add some beef. We're gonna add some beef while we do the tomatoes. First thing we do with the tomatoes, which have already been cut up. They've been pre-cut up for my convenience. Is we have to start cooking them. We're gonna cook them on high. We're gonna cook them in a bunch of butter. And then things should be fine. Nobody should get hurt. All right. Don't put anything else but butter on your shroomies. You're just going to want to do butter at first, because when you add the wine to your shroomies, you don't want it to mix in with butter that's mixing in with it at the same time. Go ahead and put a ton of butter, and then it's going to take some years off your life when you use that much butter. It is. Those are shitty years, though. You're gonna eat the mushrooms now, and then you're gonna worry about all that stuff later. Okay? So go ahead and add that butter and salt. Okay. I'm good. Everything's under control now. Good, because that's as much as I can keep. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. So when you're cooking mushrooms, they're going to shrink. Thing number one. Thing number two is you can't crowd them. So you have to think they need at least like 6 feet between each mushroom. Because if they get too close, well, a couple, there's just some space, not 6 feet, but there's some space in between each mushroom. There you go. See? Okay, so now the pan is making a noise, and it's making a sizzling noise. And that can be very disconcerting if you're not used to sizzling noises. Not me though, I'm an old pro. I'm not scared of sizzling noises. It's ridiculous. Okay, so it ate up all that butter real quick. So you gotta add more butter. All right. And it's nice to, when you're cooking, it's important to keep in mind to have a very calm environment where it's very zen and you're not nervous or stressed out, or you have some kind of general anxiety disorder. You should be pretty relaxed, like me. You should be chilled out, like me when you're cooking. You should relax. Just fucking relax. The mushrooms are jumping out of the pan, and that noise they're making. We're gonna set these mushrooms aside after we're done cooking them, because we're gonna make the pasta sauce super quick. Again, we're just trying to. Or the average pizza. There you go, just like that, about that much. Got it? That's good out of your way. Ooh, sizzling. Okay, see, it's scary. At first, the mushrooms are scary, and then they turn beautiful. They turn like this golden brown. They look like the platonic idea of what mushrooms are. You know, y'all know Plato. He wrote this book, and he said, in the higher part of the plane above the earth, there are mushrooms that are perfect. And you're going to try and cook your mushrooms just like he describes them in his book, The Republic. You have to go to the mushrooms chapter, though. All right, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. I am having sexual thoughts about these mushrooms. They're so fucking beautiful. Let's get on. Okay, so that sauce is sitting there. It's nice to turn some heat on that sauce. It makes it cook a little bit faster. Go ahead and add some barbecue if you feel like having some sweetness in there. If not, add some sugar or some kind of subtle something. Oh, you're supposed to chop garlic with. What is wrong with you guys? Gotta chop some garlic. Okay, here's a nice big. Oh man. I might need a minute alone with these mushrooms. Okay, put them aside because I can't show. I'm just gonna have to show you just how beautiful they are. Except they're not completely cooked right now. All right, we're gonna put them on super low heat, and then add. I don't think I'm gonna add any wine to these mushrooms. You know what? I'm adding the wine. Get cheap wine. Don't use good wine in your. All right, before I touch any food, I have to wash my hands, but I gotta stir this. Oh, get that spoon. Y'all remember that spoon? Here we go. Oh, it smells like something burning. Okay, here's some wine that I got from the box of wine. Let me just make sure it's wine. Yeah. You know what? We're gonna have to actually get another one. So hold on. All right. We're gonna dump that in the tomato sauce there. It's gonna all burn out. So if you're serving this to somebody who's in the AA program, it'll all burn out afterwards, so they won't get loaded on your sauce. Again, the secret to, okay, I'm going to show you these mushrooms, and they need to stop cooking too sweet. This is too gorgeous. Oh my God. It's weird. Here's how they're looking. Here's how they're cooking. And see how much space there is in there? You don't need to, what happened? It didn't look like there's a lot of space between the mushrooms. Doesn't matter. They need space to cook, and nobody knows why. They just need space. So I'm going to respect their space. I'm going to put them pretty dangerous for really hot liquid. But danger is my middle name. Oh, actually, if that's already heated up, let's just cook some beef. You know what I could have done if I were a good cook? Beef blood sounds disgusting, but everyone loves the taste of it. Oh, okay, more than I expected. The sizzling sound is a loud sound. Oh God. We're gonna have to add some butter. Great, Shroomies, you stand right over here. Right, go in. That is a mess of madness. Right. Oh, there's a lump. stuff. All right, hold on. You slow down. Baby. You know what? I want to forget about what just happened with that beef right now. So I'm going to work on my sauce. All right. This is a cricket mallet. No, I don't know what this is. All right, so far with the sauce, we have tomato. I don't know what's happening. This is like NASA. Go to 5, turn up the heat, and then the other burner. I have 2 burners, guys, 2 burners. Tomato sauce should not be up to 6, so that's going to be a disaster in just a few minutes for me. We're going to need to add wine to the beef too, but all right, we're going to add some olive oil. Don't add olive oil exactly with the wine. Let the wine steep in first, and then add a smidgen of oil. Nobody cares how much. This is just chopping garlic. So you be the judge if it's the right way or the wrong way. See, and if you tremble like I do you see that? With this knife, do you see how sharp this knife? Should I sharpen it some more? Don't tell Pierre I'm sharpening knives like this because he thinks it's against the rules. All right, see how I tremble with a just recently sharpened knife? Okay, make that tremble work for you, and you can just chop even faster. Now, most people who chop garlic, well, that's a lot of garlic. We could probably throw out half. Are going to cut straight down the middle and then cut it into quarters so it makes it easier. But you don't have to do things easier. Okay, this is your life. Just cut them. Just do it. If you find yourself in a relaxed state like I often do, you might want to make that last. I just coughed on this garlic, but germs make me stronger. So anyway, that's what my doctor told me. He doesn't charge anything. I'm not sure if he's a real doctor. He does wear a white lab coat. He has a broken down car and a shopping cart in front of his house and goats. So I like that he's not. Oh, somebody's boiling. Shh, 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 shh. Nobody boil. I know I'm cooking, but I still don't like that boiling sound. Okay, that's fine, right? That should be fine. Look at all the fingers I'm working with today. All right, that worked out well. Get in. Bye, everybody. Don't play with knives, you guys. Don't play with knives unless it's really fun. And I mean, unless it's important, like you're chasing your kids around or something, or that neighbor kid who yells a lot and you tell your kid to go play in the yard with them and you give them a knife. Okay, things are looking good. Things are looking fine. Fine. What is there to worry about, huh? Shroomies. Bye, guys. Go back in the fridge. I'll see you later. Sauce, you getting ready? You look good. You don't need anything else. You don't need anybody's approval, sauce. Okay? You do your sauce thing and try and be cold. You know what? Why don't you're going stove. Wait right there. All right. Pizza. Never, ever make your own dough. Okay? Because then it'll make you feel like you're a poor person, and that's very depressing. It gives you directions. You don't have to really read them. 200. I got it. All right. You just get the gist. You know what I mean? You do. Oh wait, my sauce is in the oven. Shoot. Where's the? I almost passed by the oven. Looking for the oven. Here you go. All right. So what we have to do is we have to lay this out on a pan. Watch. Like this. Okay, the dough side up. Okay, I'm confused. Get your dough out. Poke it. Nicely. Don't do it in a relaxed way like I'm doing it. Don't work out your issues. It's not like you're crunching breadcrumbs. Get a grip. forgive the people you need to forgive before poking fucking holes. I'm a really angry person, you know. I tell you, I smile a lot, but I tell you, I'm capable of murder. All right, everybody, you go over there. Just stop making noise. All right, nice time to preheat. The on button. Adjust your settings to conventional oven and keep pressing. See, that's why drinking is good. Makes you relax. What happened was I pressed it and my hand was trembling so much that it went and like changed the time to like Thailand. So a lot. You got to calm down. All right, that's the whole thing. I just touched my shirt. Okay, pretty arbitrary. You'll notice when I wash my hands in the kitchen. It's like sometimes when I touch something and sometimes not. If I like stuck down my hand down my pants like just my underwear or something, I would wash my hands because I'd be like, oh, that's a big deal. But sometimes some little things you forget. Should we put the beef in the sauce? You should go underneath. Think. You need to think. I already cut the garlic. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. We're gonna be fine. All right, let's put the sauce on the pizza. Remember, you don't want to think about this too much. You don't want to worry about this too much. You just kind of dump the ingredients on there and everything should be fine. It doesn't matter what temperature you put your oven on or how old you are, or what color skin you have, or whether you're using, you know, wine or heroin in your recipes. It doesn't matter. I want you to be a little bit gentler and forgiving about your cooking habits, okay? Okay. Great. Don't put heroin in your food, though. Heroin's bad, right? Oh, it's bad. It's so bad. Do you know, I've never done heroin. A lot of people are surprised with that. Do you know I've never done cocaine either? Although I have, again, another surprise. But you know, I did snort something in a bathroom in the Bowery when I was in New York City, but I don't really know what it was. So, so it doesn't count. Okay. All right. It kind of counted then. I had a great time after I left that public bathroom. That was fun. I was flying down the street and making friends with homeless people. It was fun. Okay. That's the sauce. That's how you lay the sauce out. You want to put the shrooms right next to the sauce because it's going to suck up those sauce juices. Please don't do drugs, people. These mushrooms are really good. I just stuck my hand down my pants. I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. It's not like you're eating it, though. There could be nuggets. Anyway, let it go through. Okay. Shroomies. These mushrooms are not salted. There is no salt in my tomato sauce or whatever you call it. Spaghetti sauce. Who the fuck knows what it's called? You know, the red stuff. There's no salt. There's booze. There is some bad ingredients. See, that is the hand of somebody who's had whose life is in the kitchen. My life is in the kitchen. Okay. Add the beef. I had some leftover sauce, you guys. All right, you add the beef gently, because you're trying to calm down. You're trying not to be tense. So you're. Okay. All right. Right. We're gonna remain calm. Again, it's just beef. It's just beef. You don't have to put your ingredients on the pizza if you're angry. You know, you can wait. You can sit down and have a good cry. You can watch an episode of Black Books or WKRP and just take it easy for a while, man. Okay. But if you want to cook angry, yeah, I don't care. You're just going to cut off your fingers. Nobody cares. If you're cooking, you're probably going to burn your hand. Nobody cares. All right. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to add the cheese. I'm nervous. I'm going to add the cheese in advance. I almost never do. I like to wait till the end. Oh, I have those tomatoes. I hate tomatoes on a pizza. Put it on there. This could be just mushrooms and beef. Nobody cares. Nobody remembers. If I made the best pizza in the world, if you made the best pizza, nobody would remember because nobody cares about what you did. My aunt, for example, my aunt Amy is a fantastic cook, but it's hard to remember every fantastic thing she's ever done. You know, people forget. And then after this pizza, you know, you make the best pizza in the world, and then everyone in this generation dies, and in the next generation, they're not going to know about your pizza. So go ahead and put in a spoon of smack or whatever you're doing. I mean, nobody cares. Here's some tomatoes. Let's cut them up. Let's make my husband happy. Give it some texture. Do I have a knife? What happened to that big knife I was using? All right. Here's a cherry tomato and another giant knife. See, I don't have any space to cut this, so we're going to cut this in the air. Okay. And we're going to actually just let it fly down on the pizza. Ooh, tomato guts. Oh, this is like a war documentary. Look at, oh, tomato guts. Man, I think I got a fingernail in there. I'm pretty sure, but Pierre doesn't care. And I have a bunch more fingernails. I'm going to run out. Okay. There you go. Look at that. Oh, that reminds me. I have got to clean my wound on my foot. I get a lot of those. The ones that are farthest away from me, the parts of my body that are farthest away from me, always get hurt. I'm like a bad CEO, you know, like I don't know what everybody the little branches is doing, but I just keep track of headquarters. Okay, we're gonna add another kind of cheese. That was mozzarella, that thing that I just put on there. We're gonna add another kind of cheese, and I'm not really sure what it is. And you're gonna spread that on there lightly, like snow fall in the winter when it's very calming outside your window. You know, the snow is falling, and you can hardly see the snow through the tears because you have seasonal depression, of course, and you're not going to be able to appreciate that snowstorm. You know what I mean? You're lucky to make it past Valentine's Day, but that's what it's like. That's the beauty of shredded cheese. Did you know shredded? Let's add another kind, just because extra fine. That must mean it's good. What are you doing? You're gonna. Oh, okay. There are a lot of rubber bands in that drawer. It's very distracting. I like rubber bands around. I appreciate rubber bands. I appreciate that drawer of rubber bands I have right there. I think it's marvelous being elastic. Here comes another snowstorm. Another snowstorm. Snow falling on the ground. Like the last chapter, you know, that James Joyce book where he's talking about the dead people, and he's like, oh, it's snow everywhere in Ireland, blah, 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 blah. Just give me my Pulitzer or whatever. Anyway, I remember the first time I heard Joyce's name. Somebody asked me, do you like Joyce? And I was like, who's she? I don't know. Okay, now we can add a little bit of salt if you want, totally optional. But if you're gonna use it, don't be a cheapskate. Don't give yourself a stupid heart attack. Have fun with this heart attack. Salt the crust, because if you're anything like me, you leave the bones on the side of the pizza. Bones, I don't mean the bones, I mean the crusts, because they don't taste very good. Okay, that's what it looks like. All right, when you open the oven, don't forget to close it. And don't put your head in there. And whatever you do not write a suicide note and then put your head in there. It's very important that you just put the pizza in there. Safety first. No head, Theo. No head, no head, no head. I won't forget this time. Remember what little toe injury there. All right, we're gonna take a break. This cooking show is sponsored by friends who send oven mitts to you. Karen, Java Bird, gives me the oven mitts. Honey, you need to put on pants. He's got Batman underwear on. Oh, wait. Today's cooking program has been brought to you by Kitty Oven Mitts. I got an itch. Sponsored by Karen Java Bird. This is the end. Oh my God, it's over. We're gonna, it's all over now. Everything we could possibly do. Shh, stop beeping. Beeping. I don't like that. Okay, go back, go back, go back. This is where you have to be brave. Did you hear that double beep it did? Beep. Okay, we're gonna, but you know what? I'm not scared, and I'll tell you why I'm not scared. Because I have my oven mitts. I'm gonna play with my mitts and not take the pizza out. Hi, oven mitt. Hi, oven mitt. We should agree on names so there's no confusion. Okay, let's get the pizza. Get the pizza. All right. You guys have to move back a little bit because the pan is coming out now. Back up. All right. If I'm not back in 5 minutes, you guys cover me. Call the authorities. Here we go. Holy Christ. Oh, Jesus. Okay, it has been overcooked by about 120 seconds, and that's fine because I usually undercook. Oven mitts go on the refrigerator. No, but I'll have to touch that. No. Okay. With the cat facing outward. I'm very anal with the cat mitts. Oh, if I mess up, if I put the refrigerator magnets in different places, Theo will come in and he'll be talking to me and he'll arrange all the magnets. Just while he's talking, he'll just arrange them to be in order. It's so funny. We'll do that. We'll do that for next time. Okay, let's look at the final result. Here, the pizza. So you're going to judge the pizza by the sound that it makes. Can you hear it? That's the sound of peace on earth. You guys can't hear it? It's going like this. It's going. It's very relaxing. Look at that. Okay, so our crusts have been buttered, and that's why they look brown. And that's going to be a nice looking. That's a nice pizza. Look at that. All right, so what we do is we feed things to Pierre before we eat them because I don't want to get hurt. Okay. Here we go. Again, today's cooking program has been sponsored by Kitty Mittens as a special gift from one of our sponsors, Karen Java Bird Incorporated. Okay, now we have to cut the pizza. Do you have a pizza cutter? If you don't have a pizza cutter, just use an extremely large knife. Go ahead and sharpen it yourself. And then when you're done sharpening it, run real fast across the house with it pointing out straight in front of you. It's hard to cut pizza when you're laughing so hard. Okay, I shall not be deterred. I am not deterred. You're gonna cut your pizza whatever fucking way you want, basically. You can cut it into weird pieces. You can turn it around. You can go off the edges. You can let your pizza cutter venture into the realms of that which is not pizza, which is outside the frame of the pizza, because you're an artist. Ready? And we'll cut a little piece right here. There we go. And some people like the tiny, teeny pieces. If you have a mom, like I have a mom, my mom would always, if she has a cake or something, she would say, "Oh, just cut off just a tiny little sliver for me, just a tiny little sliver." But she'd cut off about 1,700 tiny little slivers. It was awesome. God, my pizza's a big hit. And let me give you a centerpiece because you're my husband and I love you. Wow, it's a little hot, little fucking hot. Wow, Jesus fuck. Sorry. You have no idea that this is not just going on Facebook. Okay. We'll tell them later. Okay. This is gonna be YouTube. All right, honey. How does como sa good? How does it taste? Stop dancing and eat. All right, I'll eat it because I have some courage. I don't eat anything I cook. Okay, this is a little piece because